Good morning. It is June 25th, Tuesday, 2024. Um, this is my morning game plan. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into the news. Today we had, so the red folder news I was waiting for is actually at 10 a.m., which is 2 hours ahead of me. So 8 a.m. So 30 minutes after the open. So that should give us a move either in manipulation or delivery in price. So things I'm watching for this morning are just on the ES, the NASDAQ, and the YM. So those would be what I'm looking for day trades. I might also keep an eye on the pound here, debating a long. Still, I do have pending orders, but this is more of a swing trade, so it's not really applicable for the daily game plan. Excuse me. All right, so let's just dive into it. So let's shrink that. News and catalysts to be priced in today. Consumer confidence. I feel like we have a consumer confidence every week. But yeah, that is the CB, which is the conference board. Who is that? Survey of 3,000 households, which asks respondents to rate their relative. So it's, pretty. Sounds like it's supposed to be like a random thing. Okay, but they're all homeowners. Okay. So consumer confidence. Let's start with the DXY. So we do have these relative equal highs on the DXY, on the daily and the weekly. Nothing on the weekly that's super bearish. Intermediate on the current range. But we do have looming rate cuts. So that's kind of the narrative going into here. We're waiting for a rate cut. We were expecting one recently and didn't get it. So we got that move up, but all of these moves don't really create displacement above the previous swings. They just take it out, come higher, take it out, and then come higher again. So this created equal highs here, and then yesterday we rejected it. So we still could come higher and take it out again, because now there's equal highs again here, and there's equal highs over here. So could just be a lot of manufactured liquidity, but I like how weak this is starting to look, especially above this high. So I don't have a clear bias on DXY. There's nothing that's like very obvious, but we're looking for a rejection somewhere, whether it's here, somewhere in this order block, or maybe we come all the way up here to take out the highs. So yeah, we're kind of just meandering, maybe upward, maybe downward. So nothing's super clear there. Super clear short term. Maybe let's actually zoom in and see if there is something. 4 hour. 4 hour did get a displacement. Or a market structure shift. Which is, this is the lowest high time frame. So weakest. But yeah, it looks like it may just come and take it out. Okay, yeah, nothing super clear short term. But rate cuts looming. So looking for a clear rejection somewhere. We are moving up weak. Midnight and Asian sessions. Okay, let's just dive into these then. Okay. So yesterday, the Dow displaced higher. Above these equal highs, I was looking for this to be maybe a manipulation leg here, which it could very well still be. I was looking to possibly get short, but then I think I chickened out a little bit because just the way that we bounced here, and it's just hard. It's just a hard trade for me because of the cuts. So it's like we could just, and these are relatively equal highs depending on what chart you use. So I started to have doubts, and I did want to get long into that new week. This was a previous new week opening gap, this purple line, which is why I have an alert there. So nothing super clear yet, but you are seeing a displacement, a market structure shift starting to possibly form. But this could just be bought up. So let's look at. Oops. Okay. So yeah, smaller time frame, relative equal highs, displacement, and now we're just consolidating. This was a nice little setup here, short. Yeah, nothing super strong here yet. Would like to see this create something higher time frame, at least within the 4 hour. So could form the next hour here, or today sometime. Looks like ES is rejecting. So on the weekly, previous week, previous week closed pretty strong above this high. Not really showing very strong signs other than the wick. The daily, yeah, same thing. Displaced higher here. Wicked. Bearish engulfing candle, which, yeah, I like the, what is it called? An inside candle. I like inside candles more than anything, so I don't really care about that. But yeah, that is a signal, possibly. But anyways, yeah, now we're into a discount based on this displacement, and I'm actually long here using this daily fair value gap. So I'm hoping we head higher. I also had my flow reading here from yesterday. Super strong at the close. Ignored more of the market tide because of the bullish volume, even though it did peter off at the close. The SPY net flow was kind of calling bullshit on it, so that was another reason why I got long. other than this just being a classic long for me. So 4 hour, we do have a bearish displacement, but then we failed here to create a displacement, and then we've just been, looks to be just sweeping lows to get liquidity. So there is a displacement here though, so this could come one more. I could see this coming lower one more time, maybe, but we did get that wick there, so maybe that was it. But yeah, nothing's changed here for that long. Let's see. There was relative equal highs here. I was looking short on Monday, but didn't sleep really well. So, and I slept in longer due to that. So, missed the short here above this high. And then, yeah, it's just been sweeping this out. I'm hoping that the news should maybe manipulate here below these lows and then go up or something of the sort. But let's look at this range sessions. So Asia coming back into the mid-range of PM New York, London sweeping Asia, and then heading higher, and then sweeping the other side of Asia, and holding above now. If we didn't look here on the Dow, Asia sweeps New York, and then London expands down. So Dow looks pretty weak. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Sessions. Man. All right, NASDAQ. Let's drink some more coffee. NASDAQ hasn't gotten to a discount yet on the higher time frame, weekly. We're in the previous candle range now, so I've been wanting this to go lower, but on the daily and the weekly we're in a fair value gap. The daily we swept these equal lows. That's why I still see the possibility of another hit to the low before we head higher, and then that would meet my weekly plan for, where is it? The NASDAQ. So if we go to the 4 hour structure shift to the downside, looks like we're getting continuation and another structure shift further. We had that weird wick at 2 a.m. weird. Yeah, looks like it does want a little lower to me. Want to see the flow on Monday. What was the flow for the Qs? So yeah, obviously this is bullish. That's not what I wanted to see. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to see if I'm going to get short. That's really bullish looking to me. And the Qs does react to the, in my opinion, the tide a little bit, because usually these are weighted away from the SPY net flow because of stocks like Nvidia. So with NASDAQ being a higher weighted Nvidia and stuff, that would make sense for the tide to give us that short-term pullback and then higher. So I think I may be looking for something on the NASDAQ possibly. If not, just the same thing on the ES. So we did have equal lows here, took those out, and usually when there's a low right next to the equal lows, it likes to take that out too. So I wouldn't be surprised if this does head lower into at least the mid-range here. If we go to the weekly, I think we at least want to discount in the most conservative discount way. So yeah, just the mid-range of the fair value gap is enough if you use the candle closes. All right. On the shorter term, London or New York PM session yesterday brought us to the lows, closed at the lows, filled this liquidity void, and then now we have a pop above with the displacement. So maybe what we want is to take out the high, hit this fair value gap here on lunch. Maybe there's something on the hard time. Yeah, there's a fair value up here on the 4 hour. So may just need to take out that high into the fair value gap and go lower. But there's a lot of areas. This is a whole gap here, so I don't want a long NASDAQ yet. So let's NQ longs if a deeper pullback. Discount needed still, and ES may have gotten enough, but could hit the low again. Where is the draw on liquidity? Daily fair value gap for NQ. Let's take another look at ES. Yes. Looks good for higher now. YM may need deeper pullback, but what? We're getting a pullback on the daily. This was the displacement here, so this could. I may have enough now. That might have been it right there. Continue higher after getting a little bit deeper. Otherwise, it has met a lot of my short. Yeah, look at that wick on the daily. Or weekly. Daily closed. Yeah, looks like it may be respecting the fair value gap. Oops. Where are we expected to manipulate? Basically already answered that. Daily discount, NQ, higher for YM and where will we distribute? Yeah, I kind of answered that in that. Trade plans. If flow is bullish still, pull back, then may long if structure looks good. I am short if and yes, hold. You got another dip with bullish cross or something bullish signaling. Sleep alertness, not great, but much better. Good trades. Okay, cool. That's the plan. What else do I need to go over? We can do a quick intermarket analysis, or just a look. So, NASDAQ has shown weakness versus the ES, or ES showing strength versus NASDAQ, however you want to look at it. As you can see, NASDAQ broke these lows. ES is still on top of them. Dow Jones showing some strength versus them, but on the short term, I mean, still, because, well, on the really short term, like today, not, but yeah, it's kind of hard to read because they've been completely detached from each other. But as for NASDAQ and ES, weakness in the NASDAQ. So I think my ideas all make sense. For me, we already got a sweep here, so I think all of this has been rebalanced already, and now we are accumulating here, manipulating, and hopefully distributing here today or tomorrow. So yeah, that's the plan. Distribution, we've already manipulated. This here could just do one more, but that's always in the cards. And that may just coincide with NASDAQ getting lower. So yeah, that's the plan. Other than that, still holding long my Bitcoin tradey. Yeah, nothing really to note here other than it looks really good. We could take a look at the pound. The reason I'm wary of maybe entering the pound trade is because I'm already net long in similar directions. Like weakness in the dollar trades, like, oh, risk assets will go up. And so I'm in Bitcoin and yeah, and ES and XRP. So maybe what I can do is just reduce my risk or something and still get in. But the problem is we've only had a 4-hour market structure shift. There is a fair value gap there. So we have come higher and then failed here. So this is what looks to me to be a clear order block, especially as we respected the weekly fair value gap here. So gonna take that one. I have an alert on the peso since this one has created a daily shift. So I'll be short the peso. So that's a reason to size down too. I'll size down both of these. And then the other trade, oh, the Russell. Russell was the other trade idea that I had. So you see Russell displaced here on the 4-hour. Nothing on the daily. Well, let's just go to the higher time frame. Looks like we just got a pullback. Yeah, we took out sell side liquidity, took this low, immediately bounced. I'm gonna need the daily displacement, and now we're just retesting this order block. On the short term, 4 hour. Took out these equal highs. Are we displacing here? That is not good looking. So yeah, hourly. Where's my? Guess it doesn't show up here. Alright, this may need to come break this low, I think. Because we took out this liquidity. This is like an order block for this range. Yeah, on the 4, it doesn't look good if we continue like this. So, I guess we'll wait on this one. I don't think the odds are, I don't know though, because everything is still bullish. Yeah, maybe we're just waiting for this to hit this order block. Let's look for a day trade. I think day trades here may work. Just need some more liquidity. This could even bounce here. Alright, whatever, yeah, that's the stream. We'll be checking this out more as it goes. Thanks for watching.